Welcome in for another episode of SSD Mythbusters, where we are tackling topics in Social Security disability law, one myth at a time. And we do that each episode we pick a topic that we think you'd like to know more about, and we ask our attorney expert, Josh Worley, what he thinks, what we need to know, whether it's busted, proved true. And so, Josh, welcome.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank you.
we're going to do another one today that some might be wondering about. And so our myth is savings can get you denied. All right, can savings get someone denied? And I'll clarify this, since we like to have these nice little neat topics, so they look pretty on our screen. But here's what we're really trying to figure out. Does having some savings, some money in your savings account work against you for disability purposes?
All right, so let me answer that. And it depends on which disability program you are under, either receiving or trying to get. There's two different types of disability benefits. We've talked about these some in the past in some of our other videos. But there's Social Security disability benefits, SSDI, and then SSI, supplemental security income benefits. If you are getting or trying to get Social Security disability benefits, which just means you're someone that has worked in the past and you've paid into Social Security a number of years and you've got enough credits for Social Security disability, then whether you have money in the bank or not does not have any impact on whether you qualify for those benefits. The reason that you are qualifying for benefits from a financial standpoint is because you paid into Social Security through the years and you've earned enough credits. So when you get approved, in essence, the benefit that you're getting is the money that you've put into the system over time. Okay, so anybody that is getting Social Security disability or trying to get Social Security disability benefits, if you have money in a savings account in the bank, then that does not impact your claim at all, and you can get those. So in that situation, does not impact you. If you are trying to get SSI benefits, which is supplemental security income, then part of the qualifications that you have to meet to get those benefits is it's a needs-based program. So they consider your finances. They consider the assets that you own. And if you have a certain amount in the bank, and I believe it's $2,000 for it, and it varies from state to state. SSI is a little bit different depending on the state. But as a general rule, $2,000 if you're an individual and you're not married, $2,000 in the bank or more is too much for SSI purposes. If you're married, I believe it's $3,000. But you just need to know, if you're trying to get SSI benefits, then you cannot have hardly anything either in assets or money in the bank before you're disqualified for getting those SSI benefits.
Okay, so this really has to do everything with which one are you on. If you're on SSDI, assets have nothing to do with it.
Yes.
So the Lamborghini in the driveway, not going to work against you.
That's right. Right.
And really, we talked about assets, but we talked about it with savings. But it's really any asset: your home, your vehicles, RV, camper, money in a bank account,
yes,
stocks, all of that. Those are all what we call assets.
Those are all assets.
They have nothing to do with your disability.
And when you get into SSI, there are certain things that aren't considered an asset. So like if you own a home, your residence they don't count that as an asset, and they don't count one vehicle as an asset. So those are the two things that don't really count against you.
Right.
When you get beyond those things, so a second vehicle a lot of times will cause people problems. Money in the bank and a savings account, those kinds of things can disqualify you from getting SSI.
All right.
And all of these things that we're talking about is strictly from a financial standpoint. We're not talking about the health side of these claims. It's just the financial side.
Right. And I mean, it does make sense a little bit, because we've talked about with the SSDI, it's all about what you paid in.
Mm-hmm.
And with the SSI, it's available, but it's not required that you have enough credits, right?
That's right. And it's needs-based. They consider how bad are how much do you need these benefits.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that answers the question. It's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on SSDI, our takeaway is Assets aren't going to affect your ability to get the benefits, but on SSI, that is a needs-based program. So money in the bank, some of these other assets that Josh went through will potentially be a factor. So you need to be mindful of those. So, all right, Josh, thanks for walking us through that. Hopefully that is helpful. We've got the information on these topics and more with Social Security disability law. We have videos, articles, calculators, all kinds of tools for you to check out. So go there. Hopefully you found this information helpful. We're going to continue to do this. We've gotten some great feedback, and I want to continue to tackle topics one at a time. So thanks for joining us. We'll do another one next time.